What's going on, NBA and Jazz Nation? I want to apologize for being a couple days late with this video. I've been too salty and too sad to talk about the Utah Jazz and even to think about basketball, truthfully speaking, because it has been a very, very difficult 48-72 hours since the Jazz have been eliminated from the playoffs, and me and many other diehard Jazz fans out here had high expectations this year just for us to go lose in the second. Now, obviously, not having Mike Conley the entire series until Game 6 is truthfully what derailed us, but I'm going to be trying to be as transparent as I can be in this video and speak honestly and speak real and try to put my bias aside as well in this video. So let's stop wasting time, man. Let's hop right into this video, though. First things first, congratulations to the LA Clippers and LA Clippers fans out there. If there really is many, no disrespect, because you guys got to the conference finals for the first time in franchise history, and you guys beat the #1 seed in the NBA and the #1 seed in the Western Conference. Congratulations to you guys. I also want to send my prayers and condolences out to Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is one of the best players in the game right now, one of the best two-way players I have ever watched with my eyes, and to see that guy go down nonetheless, even though it didn't look too severe at first, and then it said that he could possibly have an ACL tear. I'm not really sure what the update is there with Kawhi Leonard. Nonetheless, he is injured, so prayers up to Kawhi Leonard. Now, there's three things I specifically want to address with the Utah Jazz in this postseason. One, Quinn Snyder's defense specifically needs adjustment come postseason time. This is not on Rudy Gobert, okay? Look, Rudy Gobert is not the most terrific perimeter defender in the world. As a diehard Jazz fan, I can even say that. Everyone knows it, but he's definitely not shabby. He's definitely gotten a lot better. He's a lot more capable of guarding on the perimeter than he's been in years past. He's definitely gotten better. But what I'm saying is the fact of the matter that Mike Malone, last year in the bubble when the Jazz were up 3-1, made the necessary adjustments and was able to come back and beat the Jazz. The Jazz this year were up 2-0 on the Clippers. Ty Lue was able to make the adjustment and come back on the Jazz. Quinn Snyder, your defense, something needs to change and improve come postseason time. Two, Donovan Mitchell is a superstar. I've already talked about this on numerous occasions. Do not get this twisted. This guy has played his heart out every single night, not just in this year's playoffs, but if you look back at last year's playoffs in the bubble, when he was dropping 57 points, 51 points, I said there is no way heading into this postseason, after coming off a 17-game absence after that ankle sprain, Donovan Mitchell is going to be able to top what he was doing. Even though he didn't have an outcome like that, he didn't have a performance with 50+, what he was doing night in and night out on the efficiency that he was doing it on, busting every NBA player for the most part, Donovan Mitchell is a superstar. Let's not get this twisted. And third and last thing I want to address with the Utah Jazz specifically is Mike Conley. Now look, bias aside, I do believe the Jazz would have closed the series out in 5 or 6 had Mike Conley been healthy and played the entire series. But the fact of the matter that Mike Conley, your all-star point guard, and Donovan Mitchell's crime partner in the backcourt, when Donovan Mitchell's essentially the primary ball handler every single night, that's going to wear on him, especially on both sides of the ball when he's playing 40+ minutes. Mike Conley returned for Game 6, and sure, that is true. But of course, he's not going to be 100% himself. Trying to get his rhythm back, he's going to be a little bit rusty. He's got to get his legs back under him. It's his first game back in the postseason, and he's a little bit of an older guy. 31, 32 years of age, if I'm not mistaken. But Mike Conley, nonetheless, if he would have been healthy and played this entire series, the Jazz would have closed out in 5 or 6. There's no doubt in my mind about that. But nonetheless, the Clippers got the series. And now I want to address Mike Conley a little bit more on. And I do think the Jazz's priority should be re-sign Mike Conley, and let's find some more perimeter defenders and some more good role players, especially off the bench. Joe Ingles is now getting up there in age, and we did see him struggle a little bit in this postseason, but he's still going to be a crucial part to that bench alongside Jordan Clarkson. Georges Niang did struggle in the second round, but Georges Niang had a much improved year this year. Royce O'Neal became a terrific perimeter defender, rebounder, hustle guy, and three-point shooter this year. The Jazz were the #1 three-point shooting team in terms of makes and #2 in percentage as well. The Jazz did a phenomenal job this year of player development, but now it's time, now that we've seen what the potential of this team can be when healthy, the Jazz need to push all their chips towards the middle of the table and say we need to go out and get a championship level team, whether that means acquiring a big time free agent with, I don't know what cap space, because Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert on max contracts, Bojan Bogdanovic on a $73 million deal, Jordan Clarkson's on a 4-year deal. I'm not sure where we're going to get the money, but that's not my problem. That's up to the Jazz's GM. I would love to see the Jazz go out and get another defender off the bench, a dog, someone like a Marcus Smart type of player, a Pat Bev type of player. Even though I don't specifically want those two types of guys, I need a guy who's just a pure hustle guy, off the bench, an energetic guy. Kind of like a couple years ago when the Jazz had Jay Crowder or even guys like Trevor Booker. The Jazz need another dog on their team, and that's something that they really need to get alongside Donovan Mitchell, Mike Conley, Bojan Bogdanovic, Rudy Gobert, Jordan Clarkson, and the rest of the crew. Now, I do want to take a quick moment and shout out my boy Gunner for making me these Jazz Blazers, as you can see right here. This man did a phenomenal job with these shoes. Obviously, big Utah fan. These shoes are amazing. I'm gonna leave a link in the description down below so you guys can go check him out. If you guys would like to get any custom made sneakers from him, you guys can contact him and work that out with him. I'm gonna put his Instagram link down in the bio below if you guys want to go check him out. But back to the point of the video, man. The Utah Jazz this year, at the end of the day, even though they underperformed after what had transpired this season, finishing with the best record in the NBA and in the Western Conference, the Jazz did underperform, but I am very, very excited for following years to come, because now that we've got guys like Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, Jordan Clarkson, and Bojan Bogdanovic still locked up on contract for at least a couple of years, this Jazz team has a very bright future. I still believe in Quinn Snyder. I think these 2 postseason losses are really going to help the Jazz, motivate them even more, and to still continue to get better. I think now that teams across the league see how good the Jazz are going to be 4 years moving forward, free agents are going to want to come and play here alongside Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert as well. So I think that works on the Jazz's favor as well. So look, at the end of the day, you can't win them all, but it has been a very heartbreaking season, and this isn't how I wanted it to end, but nonetheless, still going to be a Jazz player. I'm still going to be a diehard Jazz fan to the day I die, and I can speak for most Jazz fans, man. We are excited for the future. But that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Jazz Nation, I know it's tough, man, but we all got to stick together through this. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite Jazz memory is from this year. I think for me, it was seeing Mike Conley get announced to replace Devin Booker as his first All-Star appearance after 14 seasons in the NBA. That was easily the best Jazz moment I had witnessed this year. And even though there was plenty of great moments, that was just such a heartwarming moment, and I'm so happy for Mike Conley. So thank you guys so much for watching. More NBA and more Jacksonville Jaguars content that I do here on YouTube to come. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe down below as well. It only takes a moment, and it helps me and the channel out significantly as well. But that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much, and I'm out, boys. Peace!